It is being fast-tracked, and it's part of this Trump administration policy. Plainly, it's not clear if they are actually going to be able to build a new embassy in that time. I think they're just going to upgrade a consulate that is already in Jerusalem, but plainly with an eye on evangelicals like Mike Pence and all the voters that he brought with him, that will enable Donald Trump to say, I made good on my promise, and we moved our embassy to Jerusalem before 2020, before the next elections. You know, if you were listening to that speech today, one Israeli newspaper called it a Zionist sermon. And that's actually what it was, one of the most pro-Israel speeches any foreign leader has ever given in Israel's parliament, interrupted by, you know, something like 20 standing ovations with biblical references laced through it, and a prayer in Hebrew said by the Vice President. So depending where you stand, it depends who you are as to what your reaction is. Israelis, especially Israeli right-wing lawmakers, lapped it up. That's what the standing ovations were. But if you're a Palestinian, you hear that and it's an insult added to an injury. And so very different views of this very pro-Israel speech from Mike Pence today.
And Iris, of course, the United States has been involved in the peace process for decades. For the first time in, you'll be able to tell me how long, a visiting US diplomat will not be going to hold any meetings at all with the Palestinians. I mean, that really speaks volumes about the state of relations between Washington and Ramallah right now, doesn't it?
That's right. It does speak volumes, and it says everything. The Palestinian president wasn't even in Ramallah. He headed off to Europe to make a play there for European support, making it plain that he didn't actually believe that the Americans can be mediators any longer. And Palestinian analysts actually coming out today after Pence's speech support their president. They say this was the speech of a friend of Israel, not a mediator. You know, on a personal level, Mike Pence is an evangelical Christian who can't even go to the birthplace of Christ in Bethlehem because he hasn't been invited, not even on a private visit. I was there 2 days ago. It was filled with pilgrims and tourists, but the American vice president can't go. I think that as an image says everything, but his speech also explains why relations are like they are, even though in that speech Mike Pence did call on the Palestinians to come back. He said he did believe in peace, Donald Trump did believe in peace, and that you can't have peace without dialogue, but it was a speech of a friend of Israel.